forget your platter full of random stuff there, random tidbits.
My mom got this for
Oh yeah? She get you this lantern too? You need this?
Yes, she did.
A lantern with a candle.
It's not random, it's decoration.
What? Who said that? It's so dark in here.
Oh my gosh, give me that.
Hey.
I think that it 100% needs to come down from the upper cabinet and just leave that space at the bottom.
Backsplash though, it's for the countertop. I feel like it should go all the way to the end, right?
I gotta go fashion over function. If it's overlapping the upper cabinet, it's right at your eye level. I mean,
sure?
Look at this. Yeah, hanging over like this, it's gonna look ridiculous. Ordinarily, Jeremy and I agree on most things, but in the process of building an entire home together, we have butted heads quite a bit on color choices,
really.
material choices. You questioned a few of my weird things that I wanted.
Colorblind.
So I will say that kitchen backsplash has probably been the hardest decision that we have had to try to make together. We are not in agreement at all. I like the warmer, natural colors. Jeremy likes that sterile hospital look.
No. We had a really difficult time finding any tile that we thought would work for the both of us, that made us both happy. We ended up settling on a couple of different options, one that she liked more so than I did, and I liked this one that we ultimately ended up going with more than she liked. We put this out to our channel members in a poll.
Yes.
They all agreed with me.
No, they didn't.
This was
like
the color to go with.
50-50 split.
60-40.
Okay.
Either way, we ended up going with this. I like it. It still has those warm tones and elements that match a lot of the color, just the color combinations and color decisions that we've made in the past. It matches the ceiling, it matches the warmth of the room, period. While also still being somewhat bright. I like the way that the white looks between our cabinets, upper and lower cabinets. I wanted to stick with that. This is what we settled on together, collectively, as a family. Okay, before we jump in and get started with work here, Melissa and I have been discussing really ad nauseum a little issue, very minor issue that we have here dealing with this far end of the tile and how things align as far as the upper cabinets and the countertop goes.
Right, our upper cabinet does not line up with the edge of our countertop. So if we install it the way that I want to install it, I want to have it coming straight down from the upper cabinet because that's at eye level, but that leaves us with a 2-inch gap where it meets the countertop.
Down at the bottom.
If we do it the way that Jeremy wants to do it and line it up with the countertop, we have this weird 2-inch overhang that to me is right at eye level. I'm going to see it every day, and I just think that's going to look worse.
It makes a lot of sense. She talked me into it, so we'll go with that. As far as our actual layout goes, we're going to stagger all of our seams and joints as we always do with materials such as this. It's going to be 5 rows from the countertop to the bottom of the cabinets. The top row, however, will have a little nipped off so it fits just right.
Jeremy.
What?
The pants.
Stop.
It's worse than the socks.
Leave me alone already. They're fine. They're still good.
They're exploded.
We are in our own home. I feel like I should feel comfortable enough to be able to wear some well-ventilated pants if I choose to.
We're taking you shopping.
No,
Yes.
you're still good. I don't like clothes shopping. Hopefully my saw doesn't freeze up on me like it did the last time. Power was cut to all the outlets here in the kitchen. I removed the cover plates for each of those outlets, actually pulled the outlets out of their boxes. We're gonna run our tile all the way up to and around each one of those boxes. It just makes for a much cleaner look in the end. We also got our plastic covering all of our countertops and a laser that was set up after taking a series of measurements from our countertop. That bottom row of this tile has to be perfectly set, and we can't short ourselves anywhere, even though we are gonna have some caulk that's at the bottom of the bottom row, right where it meets our countertops. Whew, that was a mouthful. Now with all that done, we're gonna head outside, we're gonna mix up some thin set, and we'll start slapping tiles up on this wall. Stop already. It was a joke.
I refuse to stop until...
posting my buttocks all over the internet. Come on, family channel. You know what? I was getting everything ready, and every time, oh, it's way bigger now. I didn't realize it was that big. No, because I felt it rip. I was in the shop. I gotta change my pants.
You literally may as well just not be wearing pants.
You wanna go Daisy Dukes again? Remember the last time we did that? Ironically, it was the last time we were working with tile in the tiny home. Remember that? Remember that episode?
I do.
Classic. Good time.
Does it pain you to cover up your drywall?
No.
You work so hard on it.
I meant to
Hey, you put that away. I better not be your lunch. This first row is definitely going to take us the longest. We have little millimeters here and there that we need to grind off just because the countertop isn't totally flat. So the first row, just like when we do the flooring or the ceiling or the tile in the shower, any project really, that first row is always what takes the longest. Once we get that in, we're gonna be able to buzz up the wall pretty quickly. I do realize that cleaning inside your house while you have something like this going on in your kitchen is a little counterproductive. But tonight we have to put this away, and then right after tomorrow we have to get it all back out so we can actually finish the project. Tomorrow we have a few people coming over for an opportunity that we are very excited about, but also very nervous about. So I'm gonna be buzzing around here while Jeremy's working on this and just trying to get everything looking as good as we can possibly get it looking with this going on. So something else worth noting that came up a few times, it actually came up a lot in the last video, is why do we still have our Christmas tree up? And that is because it is now a Valentine's tree. One of the downsides to homeschooling is your kids miss out on those little holiday parties, you know, where you decorate the shoebox and your whole class goes around with the candy grams. They don't get to experience stuff like that. But the upside is that we get to make a really big deal out of everything that we want to make a really big deal about here at home. So the kids love Valentine's Day. They like to keep the tree up. So every year it's become a tradition to decorate the tree for Valentine's Day. And then the day after Valentine's Day, it all goes down.
Well, what about Arbor Day? It's perfect for Arbor Day.
Yeah, we're gonna just get some shamrocks, and then pretty soon you guys are gonna see our Easter egg tree. No, you're not. We're done with this tree. 2 more days. We're done with the tree.
First section, first row, bottom row of this first section of wall is complete. It is up. It looks good. I am very happy with it. Melissa, I asked her if she liked it. She said, meh, not so much.
I did not say that. I'm still deciding.
So there's that. No, I think it looks really good. And I'm glad that we actually tackled our master shower and a master bathroom project first before getting to this, just because it gave me a lot of confidence to, I just feel like I know what I'm doing now. So first row went very smoothly. What is different from this when compared to the shower, however, is that we are not using spacers and wedges like we did in there. It's been very easy to get all the tiles sitting on the same plane, even with one another. And then the way the tile is made, there's actually little humps that give it like a 32nd or a 64th between each tile. We don't know whether or not we're gonna fill that with grout as of yet. Melissa said she'll make the call on that once we're done, right?
Yeah, I really like the look of no grout on it if we can get away with it, because it just gives it a little bit more of a rustic feel. You know that I like everything to have kind of that rustic raw feel to it.
Oh, rustic all the time.
Yeah, just like my man.
So we're gonna attack rows 2, 3, I think 4, and maybe even 5. We're just gonna work our way up the wall and then work our way down simultaneously to just give ourselves some progress to look at. It's very uplifting to see it. I'm making a pizza when I do this. I'm actually spinning it, tossing it above my head.
Do it.
Let's be mature about this, Melissa. Okay, that's not safe. That's not safe workplace etiquette.
Okay.
It's been how many days since our last accident?
1.
Like 4?
I can really start to picture this now.
And you love it.
It looks disgusting.
You serious?
Just kidding. No, it looks really good.
Yeah, I like it.
I think you did a good job.
It's color selection. That was me this time.
It was all you.
This time, all me.
It was all you. Kira, do you want to help me make guacamole? Oh. Do I?
Do I?
Yes, you do.
And some of this in there. What is that?
It's beef fajitas.
Oh, is that fajita meat?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Whoa.
It sounds horribly unappetizing.
Black or something. workout today? Are you going to? Yeah, you can go. I got
Soft shell? Hard shell.
Legs, man. Leg day. Get a run in too. Get that man in the gym.
No, my chest is a little high.
Just do it. Do I need to go David Goggins on it?
Yes, we're going 48 races.
This place is great. Christmas tree still up, celebrating Christmas.
Yeah,
I love it.
so I know that's weird. It's a Valentine's tree.
I love this.
I was like, we have to take it down because Anker's coming and we can't have a Christmas tree up in February. And the kids were like, no, Mom.
Stop making excuses for it.
No, it's so embarrassing.
She won't take it down.
It was in the last video and people were like, what is wrong with you?
Should I have worn a different shirt? I feel like I'm gonna blend into the couch now. Look at this.
You're all worried about the color?
I'm just gonna be a talking head floating around.
What can you wear? Green?
It's pretty close to the couch. You want me to change?
Let's see
Seriously?
what you look like on frame. I think you may actually be okay.
Okay.
This is super intense right now. I feel like Joanna Gaines. Just with not as good hair.
One big clap, and
Joanna
sync all the audio. Go ahead.
Ooh, same time.
That's perfect.
Same time.
That's perfect. All right, so the very first part, just introduce who you guys are, what your channel is. And then
Today was very fun, but also very exhausting. We just spent 10 hours speaking with Anker. They contacted us about a month ago and they were like, hey, we have worked together for about 18 months. We know that you love our power stations. Can we come to your house and just talk to you about them? So we said, yeah, that sounds like a fun opportunity.
Yeah, it was a fun opportunity. It was a neat experience, and we were so grateful to not only Anker, but also to the fellows who showed up here today. They were very patient with us,
Yeah.
very encouraging. They coached us up. This is not what we do on a regular basis. So it was a new experience, and it was fun, and yeah, grateful to those guys. All in all, it was a great day.
Yeah, they did sneak us just one tiny little part.
I'm Jeremy Souza. This is my wife, Melissa Souza. We run the YouTube channel Good Simple Living, and we've been Anker users for approximately 18 months now.
We started homesteading about 10 years ago when our kids started getting a little older. I became really concerned about what was in their food, and we really wanted to make sure that we were providing for them in any situation. So we wanted to know how to grow our own produce, preserve that produce, raise our own meat, how to process our own meat. And so that just required a little bit more land, a lot more know-how.
So we have 20 acres here that we live on, and we have all of our power is concentrated to a very small area. So if we're doing work out into the field, I know that I can throw one of the Powerhouse 767s into the back of my truck. We can drive out to wherever it is that we're getting work done, and we have power there with us, very convenient, easy to use, and the portability factor is massive for us.
The reason that Anker stood out to us is for its longevity. You can use it up to 10 years, and you can actually recharge it from 0 to 100% about 3,000 times, which when you think about that, that is an incredible amount of charge cycles. So just to know that we have this reliable power source that's going to last us a really long time was a really good investment for us. You guys can check out everything else that they created by clicking our link down in the description box below. And if you are interested in a Powerhouse 767 and expansion battery, right now they are giving our community $300 off, but only until March 3rd. If you want to go ahead and check that out, use our code GSL Anker. For tonight, we are going to bed. So handsome. So handsome, Manny. Want to look nice for your ladies? Yesterday was a really fun day, but we are definitely feeling a little tired today. However, we got up early. Jeremy got everything set up so that we can continue working on the kitchen so that we can have our kitchen back. We've got some homeschool going on. We have some tile frustrations going on with the top row. It's all good though. Back to work. You are going to read the 3 sentences and then you are going to write a complete sentence about what these are about. So you want to read me the first?
Joe has a yucca. It is red and black. She likes her yucca.
Okay, so what are those 3 sentences about? Whose Coke?
Joe's.
All right, it's time, Kira. Time to take down the trees. You can just gather up all the little hearts. Well, the gnomes we're not going to put in the boxes because they're not fragile, so anything that's kind of fragile we'll put in the box. Easy as that.
All right, that is the last piece for this first section of wall. Things went really, really smoothly. A lot of cuts had to happen at the very top row just to accommodate each piece under the cabinets. With this done, we will let that continue to set up, do its thing. We're gonna move on, do this section here. I'm gonna hold off on working over our stovetop, and we have to remove the hood and all that to get that entire section done. We'll hold off on that just so we don't go without a stove for a couple of days, but very happy with how this is going so far. Anything white outlets, that gonna work?
I think it looks fine. Kind of a nice creamy color. So we didn't go bright white with all of our outlets. We went with this creamy white because we knew we were going creamy walls. The only other suitable color for this backsplash I think would be gray, and I almost feel like that would stand out even more.
I don't think it looks bad. I mean, it definitely doesn't match perfectly, which is okay, but it's still within the same color family, huh?
And they do make stone or tile outlet covers, but they don't for this particular tile. So I feel like that would stand out even more to have one that doesn't match. So I think we're just gonna stick with the cream for now. I think it looks good. If it bugs us down the road, maybe we'll consider changing it. Yeah. But probably not. It looks like...
Oh my god.
It doesn't look like a Christmas tree. This looks so wrong. If the neighbors see us, you're gonna call the police.
Christmas tree in February, you liars!
It's a tree, we swear. The horses are over here enjoying the spring weather, even though it's not spring yet, but it feels like it. It's like 40 degrees out and sunny, which I know doesn't sound very warm, but for us, it feels so warm. And for the horses, this is their ideal, perfect weather. So the day after we got Lexon, which was about 18 months ago, he laid down like this and he makes this weird breathing noise when he lays down, and I thought he was dying. I thought the feed change and the trip and everything caused him to colic severely, so I had him up on his feet and I was panicking and I was calling vets. Well, it turns out that Lexon's just a napper. Every single day, if there's not snow on the ground, he will lay down like this and sleep for hours sometimes. Sometimes Coda joins him. He doesn't care. He just relaxes. So he's just out here living his best life.
Yeah, this one. Just keep going. 1, 2, 3. Since we're now working on the portion of the wall that's located directly behind our stove top, we went ahead and set up this ledger board. It's screwed into the studs. It's nice and solid, and I actually have it set down just a hair so that I won't have to trim any of the bottoms of the pieces that are going across here off. We should be able to work our way directly across all the way to the very end of the section that we are doing this backsplash on. Once that's completed, we will once again be working our way up. We're gonna have to remove this hood. I've got a separate plan for that. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Strawberry lemonade.
Oh no.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
That's also beautiful.
Oh, not me. This one's for you, Oklahoma. Nevaeh's cooking some spaghetti. Are those gluten-free noodles?
They are gluten-free noodles.
On the stove, which has been pulled out of the way. We made really good progress. We got all the way to the end of the wall here, butted up against the refrigerator. The only thing left to do is to remove this hood. We're gonna get that last little section tiled, and then we're good to go.
Your sock has holes in it.
Where?
Other sock. And they don't match.
So what?
And
Yeah,
your
one is
shirt
gray
has
and
holes in
Why
it.
do socks have to match? They don't show.
All of your clothing is disintegrating.
I don't like the judgment occurring down here, okay? Can you guys lower it at all? There we go. This is gonna be in the way.
On my head.
Oh, the light,
Oh my
man.
god. No, we're doing fantastic. Today we finished the kitchen. When I say it out loud, it just sounds so uneventful. But when I really think about it, I have been planning this space, designing it in my mind, and imagining all of the future events that will happen here for so many years. And today, it's done.
Does it look good?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. All right. Oh,
Woohoo!
there it is.
Put the kitchen back together.
Simple as that.
Yeah, let's get everything put back.
Some of my very best memories have taken place in the kitchen. Tea with my grandmother, decorating cookies as a little girl with my mom, and talking about the future for hours and hours when Jeremy and I were young. It was in the kitchen where I paced through the night with colicky infants, fighting feelings of exhaustion that I didn't even know were possible. And it was in the kitchen where Jeremy quit his job, where we made the monumental decision to completely change the trajectory of our lives. Within all of our kitchens, there are memories from the past and hopes for the future. It's the place that we all gather, the heart of our homes. This kitchen is still new, but already we have built memories here that we will never forget. And when I look at this entire space, I can imagine all of the laughing and the crying and the living that will happen right here in this special place.